supposed to be fucking thing. He wasn't the guy that they first originally wanted.
In 48 hours?
No, this guy said 48 hours. The Wire.
McNulty. He wasn't the original guy?
He wasn't who they wanted. They wanted some. They wanted the He's a you. That's in the fucking UK show that we just recently watched.
Really? That guy?
No, not him. But there's another. It's like an older guy. It was supposed to be a super older guy. Supposed to be playing McNulty.
Oh.
You know what? What's the UK show that we're The Gentleman?
Yeah.
So it's one of the older guys in The Gentleman. I'm gonna find out the cast name of The Gentleman really quick. But yeah, it was supposed to be him as fucking McNulty, and he said, "Yo, the only reason why you guys got me as McNulty is because my boy didn't want to travel to fucking Baltimore. He didn't want to live in Baltimore."
Interesting. Let's see. Was it Ray Winstone? No. Mac Beasley?
Yeah. You said it, Ray Winstone.
It was him?
That's who was supposed to be McNulty.
I don't see it.
I don't see it either. Now, when I was thinking the same guy, the Theo James, Eddie, the main guy.
Yeah.
Him, I could see.
Yeah.
But when he said the older guy, I'm like, huh? I'm like, that's supposed to be McNulty? I'm like, nah.
I see it right here. It says, casting. British actor Ray Winstone was originally considered for the part after the September 11th attacks in 2001. Winstone had difficulty returning to Britain for several weeks due to the subsequent grounding of flights, and dropped out of consideration once he was finally able to return home. He also considered John C. Reilly, but John C. Reilly declined because his wife did not wish to move to Baltimore.
Yeah, that the whole thing was like a lot of people just didn't want to live because remember Baltimore was fucked up. Like they were saying, bro, Bubbles was saying like, yo, being sick was like the dope. This is one of the dopest times I've been sick because I've just been catching up on Beer Wire shit. Like I was just like, yo, let me watch some Wire, watch some 1-2 episodes. I just watch it like little breakdowns and things. But anyways, they were saying Andrew Royal or whatever the guy that plays Bubbles, he was saying, yo, he would be so like he would come off the set still being Bubbles sometimes, and like the corner boys them would just give him dope, fam. He looked so beat up and mashed up. They'd be like, yo, fam, like, cuz, I'm saying, hope you're good. And they'd give him a little thing. The man said he wouldn't even really notice until he went on to the fuck. I'm like, nigga, you lie. Hey, you know when they gave you that thing, you know what the fuck that was. It was a blue top, you know what I'm saying? Yellow top.
Yeah.
Yellow tops. What the man would say, WMD right there. We got that WMD right there, right there. Right there. But yeah, those little Wire breakdown. What do you say?
No, what's crazy is like how they sell dope, like that way of selling dope. I never experienced like I don't know in like in my area we never like I guess because there's no fiends like open like that. Like we never had no trap houses in that sense. Trap houses were kind of different. It was more of like where you cook the work and then you just have your calls. I just remember like calls and pagers, calls and pagers. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know it's because of the area, but like I feel like the corner boys, like those corner ways, and just being on the corner and calling out that you have that, like that's like a different level of poverty or something. That's just strange, yo.
Well, I guess it's the times too because they did have the pagers, but I guess the older youths were more using the pagers then. Like Avon and them were more using the pagers and calling from pay phones and stuff like that. But yeah, you're right. Like when you look at it, the way the setup is too, it's smarter though. It's like you have to go through like so many different, like you get the money and then you got to go through like one person that goes through a next person that goes through a next person to touch it. So it's like you're only incriminated. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo man, them Americans, they know how to get it. That's one thing. That is one thing. But yeah, I was surprised. I was honestly surprised everybody said that their favorite season was season 4.
the school season because it's yeah. I could understand why. I could understand why. Maybe that season, like it brought back. I guess it rejuvenated everything because season three definitely. I don't even remember what happened in season three.
You're crazy. Season 3 was Amsterdam. Season 3 was the first season I watched. Like I remember going like coming. I can't remember what I was doing, but I came home and I was watching. My bro was watching it, and these guys are like legally selling drugs. And like the boy them is just there. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this? He's like, yo, this is the show. And I'm like, yo, what? I tapped in and I was just like, yo, this is crazy.
Season three was Amsterdam.
Yeah, season 3 was the Amsterdam season. So that's the season. At the beginning of the season, they were on cheese. They weren't even on my boy them. They weren't on Avon or Stringer and them because I believe Avon is in jail on
Yeah.
the beginning of season 3.
Yeah.
And then he comes out like mid season 3. Like actually, I think he comes out to like the end.
Mm.
And then that's when like he starts mashing up fucking Stringer's thing and like he starts telling Stringer like, you know what I'm saying? You're what do you say? You don't have no country. The man, what are you telling the sickest line? You don't have no country. It's like you're not too gully for the streets and you're not too smart for like, you know, the businessman them. And it's like everybody's just gonna get at
That was season three, eh?
it. Season 3 was the introduction of Barlow. That's when Barlow started to shut shit down.
That's when he started. Yes, that's when he started to. Yeah, that's when he started to. That's when like he. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, season 3 to me was the turn up season still. Season 3 and season 4 were the best seasons to me. My favorite season though is season 2.
My personal favorite is definitely season two and season five.
I don't like season 5. I hate season 5.
No,
And 2 I didn't even realize. I believe Ed Burns or one of them came off on season 5. So that's why it season 5 was just like all over the place.
no, it wasn't. It wasn't really
The man made the fam McNulty made like a fake serial killer. Like, come on, fam.
to bring money. Yeah, he did that to bring more money to investigate the bodies in the fucking thing. That like how do you fight crime where there's no money? Like no one when the like the governor like remember how it's like it's similar to how we have municipality, provincial, and the federal, right? So they
Yeah.
have like the city, then they have their governors, and then they have federal. So like if the governors are not giving the city, how the fuck do we fight crime? So in order to do that, you have to make a big story. So like, okay, all the expensive has to go to the city to deal with this thing. So if a serial killer is in Baltimore and all the news is on it, the attention is on it. That's why the news portion was so important because the news was bringing across that story. We need to bring the money there because now it's being national. It's like a national thing now. People are talking about it crazy. Like, how do you fight this? So that's the reason why Multnoxy had to do that to approve more overtime, to approve more money for them to take the money and do, and fight the other crime. Although
I I
it's
get
fucked
it.
up.
I
It's
get
fucked up.
that part of it, but it's like I feel like it was so like it was just so like it took it out of the real like what it should have been, like what the show should have been, and it made it like just I don't know, it just made it foolish. Like that one part really bugged me about season 5. Like you could have did so many other things, and I was just like, to do that, and then to have Kima, the one to expose it and blow it up. Like I don't know. I like pieces of it, but I just didn't like that storyline. That was the one thing that ruined it. I didn't even mind the newspaper part. I didn't mind it, but
Maybe to me that was the weakest part was the guy with the fake stories. That was kind of like who cares about that? Because whatever. But I guess it's just showing that in that time, because remember, right now, newspapers really ain't a thing. But like, if you can get a super good story, like, you know what I'm saying? You're winning a prize, your newspaper gets thing. It's politics. It's just showing like politics is everywhere, I think.
yeah, that's pretty much what it was.
Politics is everywhere. Politics in the streets, politics in the police,
It's
politics.
also it's also the deception because remember, like at the beginning of the season, Bunk and the white cop they were making the two youths think that they were snitching on each other.
Yes,
And
yes,
Bunk was like, you know what I'm saying? The bigger the lie, the more they'll believe.
yes, yes.
So that was like the whole storyline of it. The bigger the lie of McNulty's thing, the more they would believe it. But it's like, man,
That's good. Tell me that's not good though. That's poetry.
middas. That's what I'm saying. Like it wasn't The Wire, man. It became something else. Like, yeah, I'm saying I don't know, fam. It was I wasn't feeling that.
What was the lie in the What was the lie in the streets though? The bigger lie besides that whole play to set up the two youths. Like, what was the lie in the streets?
I think the lie in the streets was that Marlo was scared of Omar.
Mm,
That
mm.
was the lie in the streets because remember he said my name is my name.
That's the season where he said that, right?
Yeah, that's the last season when they were all locked up in jail. Funny thing too, when I was looking up the thing,
Mhm.
Omar and Marlo only have one scene together.
Really?
Bam, they have one scene. Do you remember the scene? And do you remember what season it was?
The stick up. When they stuck up the card table. That's the first.
Season 4.
Yeah, yeah. And he's looking at him, and he's like taking off his ring. He took off his ring, and he didn't
So
want.
remember that ring got battery the whole season.
But never even caught that. Never bought that.
So the ring got battery the whole season. The first person to get the first Mayu had the ring, and then Marlo took it from him. He was just like whatever, whatever. He took it from him. Then Omar took it from Marlo.
Yeah.
Then the cop took it from Omar. Then Michael them took it from the cop, and that's when at the end of the season, Marlo seen fucking Mayu with it. He seen Michael with it, and he was like, "Yo, where you get that chain from? Or the ring from?" He's like, "Oh, I took it from a nigga." And Marlo's head, "Oh, you took that from Omar?"
Mm,
Yo, like I'm telling you, that show too sick, fam. That show too fucking sick.
I didn't
I
even
love.
book that one. Still, I didn't book that one.
Yeah, that's my show. But yeah, that's a one time for the whole thing. So these guys beefed the whole time and only bucked up one time for the whole season.
Did
That's my show.
but then again, if you think about it, Marlo and Ding never. Oh wait, at the courthouse, Marlo and Avon bucked once too at the courthouse. Because when he
Yeah.
was sentenced, he looked behind. He's like Marlo. He didn't even
No,
know
they bucked again at the in season 4. Or
where
season 5, sorry.
when.
Um at the end, not at the end, when Avon went to go check. No, Marlo went to go check the Russian youth or the
Oh, and
Greek youth, and Avon popped up.
yes, yes,
Like
yes,
surprise!
yeah.
You happy to see me?
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's the West Side all day. Fuck them East Side niggas. Yeah, yeah. That's the honestly, it's the greatest show. Still, it's the greatest show, man. It's the greatest show.
I'm gonna do the chess metaphor for the first show when we
No, yeah,
actually get it live. I'm gonna do that for the.
yeah, 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 yeah.